Okay, so what is the deal with leaving exam answers blank? What happens on the marks? Can you ever have marks taken off? What should you do instead of leaving an answer blank? And lots of other tips. Okay, I'm gonna dive right in this video. I have just gotten off a couple of coaching calls with students, and one of my students asked a question and I was like, what? And I wondered whether anyone else has also ever heard this or wondering it, and I want to set the record straight. So she asked, she's like, Katie, kind of heard, and some of my other friends have been saying, that if we leave an answer blank in a formal external ATAR exam, we can have marks taken off. And that we should just write something, even if it is just rewriting the question into the answer space. Let me be very clear. No, that does not happen. I have never come across an exam style of marking or an exam paper where marks are taken off for a blank answer, ever. And you certainly cannot get a mark or stop a mark being taken off by writing just anything in the space. So for example, like that idea of rewriting out the question, no, there is never a time in a marking guide that says give some credit for just writing any words or for rewriting the question. It never happens. In fact, I discourage students from sort of rewriting the question in their answer because no marks are ever given for it and it's essentially wasted time and words. So I wanted to put the record straight in case there are some like crazy rumors going around that is a thing. Now, if you have ever seen that actually be a case somewhere, then please do let me know, because I have never come across it in the UK, in multiple states, in Australia. I have seen in, I think it was the US, in a particular style of paper, in like a multiple choice style of paper, that if someone guessed and they got it wrong, they could have a mark taken off, because that sort of stops people just guessing willy-nilly. But I've never seen an answer blank have a mark taken off, ever. So that begs the question, okay, so what should a student do if they aren't sure of an answer, or if they're running short of time and they don't want to leave something blank? Okay, so I'm going to give you two tips, two strategies of things to do that are most likely to get you some credit. So the first thing is if you just don't know, if a student just doesn't know what to put in, they've got no clue of the answer whatsoever, obviously take an educated guess wherever possible, but if there's just no idea, then if it's a multiple choice question, literally just take a wild guess. Choose one. You've probably got a 1 in 4 chance, a 25% chance of getting a mark. Could be the easiest mark you've ever gotten in your life. Please don't ever leave multiple choice answers blank. It takes less than a second to fill something in. If it is a short response answer, if there's anything in the question or any options to choose from or things to fill in that you can go from, then again, take your best guess, okay? Writing something is always better than writing nothing. So if there is a situation where perhaps you're just running out of time and you don't want to leave an answer blank, but you don't know really how to tackle that, then here's what I advise students to do. Just write some bullet point facts or information that you know you would want to expand upon if you had the time. Very often, some of the basics can get some of those low-level marks. It's what I call the low-hanging fruit scenario. So at the lower end of mark scheme, it's relatively easy to pick up marks, especially in any kind of extended response or higher mark response. And even, let's face it, in the short response, they're not expecting much in that space. So again, it's relatively easy to pick up a first couple of marks. So definitely write something, even if it's bullet points, keywords, just very draft phrases that are super basic and not even formed into full sentences. Chances are you're going to get a mark or two if that content is obviously relevant. So you can never have a mark taken off for leaving an answer blank. Let's get that clear. And secondly, what to do if you've got a scenario where an answer may end up blank. Take your best guess. And if you've got more than a best guess but you're just running out of time, write bullet points, any key points that you can get across, because chances are that will get some kind of mark. Okay, so that's it from me for this week. I'm Katie Price, Grade Transformation Expert. Please feel free to leave me a comment below this video. If you have any questions or any issues you'd love for me to address on a future video, please email me, katie.price@rocksolidstudy.com.au. And until next week, let's make this a fantastic week.